Okay, move back, move down. Alright. So I couldn't sleep. As always, I don't know what's up with that, but I am up like 4:30, 4:45 hits, and I'm up. Like, it's been like that solid for like at least 3 weeks now. 2.5, 3 weeks. I used to be like this. Then for like I've been having like a good year, 2 years, not having to get up at this time, but it's something. And I can't sleep. Can't go back to sleep. Anyways, fortune cookie. Let's see. And I didn't want to be in my house. Like, I do not want to be in the house. Courage is grace under pressure. What's courage is a thing. Diving. Ooh, pressure. Pressure. Ooh, pressure. All right. So, boom. You know those people who go... Okay, I'm getting very distinctly... This is too much information. So there's this guy. I don't know his name, but he went to Mexico, Central America. Was it Mexico? I'm not sure. Central America. And he took a deep dive into these, like, how are they called? I don't know their actual names right now. So it's like pits of water. They're like pits of water. It's like a lake, but it's not actually a lake. It's like pits of water that you'd find like in the middle of the forest. And he got to this point after diving so deep that the composition of the water changed. It was too dense. It was like a wall. Like, you can't get past this wall. It's so crazy that I'm drawing a blank. I always draw a blank on their exact names because I deal more with pictures and scenes. So, as I know the information through pictures more than, like, for whatever reason, it'd be difficult for me to articulate it, especially when I don't have the words for it. But if you look it up, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or maybe you've heard about this before. There are these deep waters that it gets so dense, it's so thick, it's like a wall, and you can't get past it. Now, this person told he was like a whistleblower, and he's gone now. I'll just say that. He's gone now. If I'm not mistaken, his helicopter crashed. But he's gone now. Now, courage, definitely a theme with that. Why do I say any of that? Dealing with diving, water, courage, all of these things and the way they intertwine for us in our own particular life will be very different. But waters are symbolized with emotions. Diving is something that you do into the waters. You going there. Someone may have hit a wall with like how deeply they're able to dive into their emotions, or maybe they've it's almost as if there is a locked away emotion, something that's hidden. But see, the thing about what is theorized to be behind these walls in the water, or these barriers in the water, is like another world, like a whole treasure of a whole new world, something we've never experienced before on the human side, at least in the reality that we have. And when we open up new doors, reality changes, it grows, it becomes bigger, better, grander. There's more to it than what we originally suspected. This will be a specific message for a specific person. With that, the interesting thing too is I was recently meditating on what got me into the occult, in a sense, into like occult sciences, into the occult. And I thought about basically the path that I had stumbled on, and how once you open up a door, there's no turning back. Once you know what you know, like, it's really, really difficult to ever go back. Even if you stopped yourself now, there will still always be the knowledge that, oh shit, there's more me to find going that way. But I could just stop, but I could never go back to what everybody else was doing, if that makes sense. It could be someone's emotions. They're needing the courage to go past some sort of wall. They could have hit a wall, and it could feel like that's the end, but having the courage to go past this wall, go deeper, could unlock this whole new door, this whole new world. But you'll never be able to go back to the way that it was before. Things will change permanently, indefinitely. You'll walk around with the knowledge of who you were and who you are now. And that could be scary, because it could come with responsibility, or maybe it could come with shattering, or maybe it could come with letting go, or maybe it could come with a decision. Always does. But yeah, there's something about please, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're into archaeology, perhaps you do. Perhaps you do. If you're into conspiracy, perhaps you do. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look into it. Everything is important. We are human, and the human condition is important. It affects all of us. So, courage is grace under pressure. Pressure. Oh yeah, the deeper you go, the heavier it gets. The more confined you feel, the tighter. This could even be synonymous with the transformation period. You almost have to like liquefy and dissolve and come out on the other side anew. What do we have and why? I don't know. Let's just see what we get. I'm just here because I was up at 4:40. I'm just here. What's this? Heartbreak. We'll address the deep waters. Ooh. These are a lot. There are lots of different messages here. What's this? The Hangman and the Devil. A lot of different messages here. Change of perspective about something that happened perhaps when you were young and naive in your energy. Okay. There was something you were committed to. Maybe an ideology or philosophy, an institution, a contract that hurt you, broke your heart. It caused like betrayal in the heart space. There's something here, okay, whenever I see, there's a lot of the cards, I see so many different angles to them. But the Three of Swords, never. Never. I always see it literally one way, as a process, as a heartache, and then it gets transformed into some sort of healing. I always see it that way, no matter what, however it comes up in the spread. And it's not a card that I get very often, if I'm being honest. Three of Swords does not show up in spreads for me very often. So when it comes, it always throws me quite off guard. And that could have been what you experienced. In a more naive, and it could, I mean, you would be naive before something like this happens. Duh. You wouldn't be on the alert before feeling a feeling like this. This is a feeling that will catch you off guard. And it happened when you were, in your mind, committed to, again, an institution, a philosophy, an idea. Hey, it's good to see you today, whomever you are with me. But yeah, now that could be growing up, right? Some of us become disillusioned by our beliefs that we grow up with. For example, some of us realize Santa Claus is not real. That causes betrayal in children. It really does. They're like, what? Some people realize fucking the family that they're in and the family values that they were raised with are no good. Some people realize that their spouse is not faithful. Some people realize that everything that they learned in school worked against them, and so on and so forth. There was an institution in this situation that took advantage of someone's naivety. And the person was caught off guard and heartbroken by it. How this is, I'm not exactly sure. But say you've been pushing this down with courage is grace under pressure, and diving is the word. Say you've been pushing this down and trying to ignore this thing. Well, it's showing up now. Right? It's like it's taking its time to show up right now and become addressed by you. Okay. It feels like there's a need, because with the Hanged Man, you're gaining a new perspective, right? And then here are the things that you wish and desire to happen for yourself. And there could be probably a want and desire to return ourselves to this, like, more creative space, more optimistic in the emotional sense for things. But there was a deep, see, okay, here's you, here's this thing. This thing is really old and wise looking, and then here's you, fresh, new perspective kind of person who gets wrapped up in whatever this is and then ends up in this kind of energy. And it's as if someone tried to use knowledge or tried to use wisdom, like tradition, to have somebody like under their thumb, under their rule. But then there's like a desire to, prior to that, to return yourself to prior to whatever this thing is. Like, before I learned what, or before I knew what I know now. It's almost like to be naive again, to be blissful again. Ah. Because once you become aware of whatever this Hierophant energy is, in a sense, you now become the Hierophant energy. Like, once you become above it, you almost knock it out of its place in your own life, however that might be. For some of you, it could actually look like, say it's your sexuality. I'm picking that up. Doesn't have to be, but I am picking that up. Say it's sexuality. And there's only one way in which sexuality is supposed to go for people. And so you realize that this is kind of a controlling thing. It could even show up as gender. Some people, their lives are very gender specific. Like, very gender. They only do this and only do that because they're a girl or because they're a guy. They don't do, like, it gets that deep. There will be guys who won't participate in anything that's feminine because they're afraid of what it would appear in society. But this could be breaking their own heart. Unbeknownst to them, they are not participating in gift giving, in reciprocation, because they're afraid of the backlash of being too feminine. Or women who don't participate in doing anything masculine for themselves or with other people, and they don't take action on things, and so they kind of just sit back and they believe everything is to come to them, which is fine. If you live your life that way, live your life however you want. But it could be breaking their own heart because they're missing out on things that could be for them had they taken action on it in a more masculine sense. So there's something here like that. It doesn't have to be a person, but there seems to be some sort of plot or plan. Maybe to initiate something or, okay, let's see. The Ten of Hearts. So it's like the energy is gaining clarity on what creates a defensive block. It's the truth of some sort of, it's giving a community vibe, or I feel like institution. There's some destined growth and expansion that is to come from this energy. Maybe we're conquering this as a lesson, or it just seems like an understanding or perspective. The Nine of Cups, it won't go away. It was there in the pre-shuffle too much, so much. Okay. This, whatever this is, this thing that happened or whatever, or it's over. That's the best part about the message. That is over. Now there's just a desire to return ourselves again to this state of being from prior to it. Now, whatever that looks like, it could just be because there's a recognition. It could be because there's a recognition that there's a particular energy that needs to be held in order to attract in these things that are for us that we desire. And it seems like being in a more optimistic and fun-loving type energy brings in this desire. This is not a time to be in the mind space. Interesting. This is not a mind space issue. Not at all, babe. Yeah. The star that comes always after the Three of Swords. The star. There is healing that's happening for the mind because the emotions are being allowed to step in and make decisions. Okay. The Chariot. Forward movement. All right, so I see this very clearly now. Now, finally. Whatever this thing was that you were involved in that broke your heart in some sort of way, it pushed you in an energy where you had to learn to think. Be a little bit quicker than that, right? Not be so naive. Put your emotions on the back burner when you make decisions because that probably got you in trouble in the past. But now you've entered some sort of time in your life where you don't have to, it's a burden to think about it so much. It's almost like it's time to move on emotions and move on your desires and your whims. Like, how do you feel pulled towards this situation? Are you feeling pulled towards this situation? Now, even this, it could have been that the ideology of being less emotional broke your heart in some sort of way. Again, back to that energy where perhaps we rely heavily on masculine energy and don't participate with feminine energy in order to get things done. But it breaks the heart because it's constantly in the mind space, making decisions for the mind, and it doesn't incorporate the entire body. That can be such a problem. And you're being allowed at this time to move, like you're being allowed to freely move into some sort of energy of freedom. Freedom of the mental responsibility. It's like more childlike energy, something more creative, something more passion driven, but from the emotional space in order to fulfill desires, to enact some sort of healing over your life, allowing you to move forward victoriously into something better for you. But it requires courage. You might see it as like counterproductive to return yourself to like a childlike energy. Listen. One of the sages that the world speaks on and they believe they follow, they called him Jesus, but I don't know how, because the letter J wasn't around in his supposed time. So, but they call him Jesus. Said, supposedly, could be King James, but we'll say he said we have to be like children again. We have to be like children again. And there is an optimism. There is this anything is possible. They are willing to figure a way to create what it is that is in their mind. And even if the whole world doesn't see it that way, they definitely do. The children, the pure-minded, they definitely do. They see the possibility still. And there's a need for people to return to this energy, return to possibility. There's like a blockage on creative spark or something here. Or it wants to be. I don't think so. I think we're already moved out of this energy. But it could be just residually there. Clarify this here. Why are we here with it? Like I said, it could just be residually there. Someone could just be holding on to it, you know? Just there. Could be things that you felt you were lacking. Still, let's see. What is this? This causes confusion. This gives me the feeling of a water sign acting like they're an air sign. Yeah. It'd be like as if a Pisces was trying to be a Libra or an Aquarius. It's like, yeah, there's Aquarius energy here for you. It's just not there. It's attached to water, not air. I'm glad you conquered air, right? You got the philosophy of air down very well. But it's like a water sign trying to be an Aquarius. And I don't mean like as the person. I mean if literally if Cancer in the sky was trying to force itself to be Aquarius. Like you're Cancer. Be Cancer. And you can learn from Aquarius, but you're not Aquarius. Don't be Aquarius. Be Cancer. It's like that kind of energy. What's going on with it? It causes too much confusion. Yeah, you can't quite be Aquarius because you're not Aquarius. You know? But it's heavy. It's become too much. It's forced to fall away. Whatever this energy is forced, you'll be forced to drop that. It's too heavy. It's time to celebrate and to rejoice in your life. Like, period. I think it's just time to accept that. This is not your weight to carry anymore. Be Cancer, not Aquarius. It's like it's not, somebody's place is not here in this energy anymore. No. Here you are, and this is your energy. Like, and it's so much of this here. Like, you gotta start going through the fucking cut. Like, how do I don't know really else how to explain this. How else do I explain this? I could say it like this, right? Say you have heaven and you have hell. And you're at the gates of heaven. You fought your way through hell. Ooh, you fought your way through hell. And the gates of heaven are like open for you to walk through at any time, whenever you're ready. But you stopped, you turned around, and you look back and you say, I really made it through this fucking difficult ass time. Like, that was hard. That was hard. That was hard as hell. But you got stuck looking back, reminiscing on how hard that was. Do you want to, it's time to go through the gate. Are you ready to come to heaven? Like, are you ready to, you analyze the pain enough, kind of energy. You've analyzed enough of the pain. Hey, let's go. Move forward now. Cherry. Close us out. Let's go move forward now. Let's go move forward now. Let's go. Mentally, especially. Let's move forward now. You've analyzed it enough. It was really difficult, yeah. Oh, God. Look at you. Look at you. Come back out. Look at you. Oh, God. You are who you are. Oh, time for you to go ahead. It's time for you to go on with the spiritual knowledge that you gained from that thing. Yeah, it was important. But you don't stay in the class. You graduate, you know. You don't stay there anymore. You graduate, you move forward. You're a hard one. It's like the principal and the teachers, they don't know, or the angels and God, they don't know. It's something they're sitting there like, I don't know why you just won't. Why you? It's like being hungry for so long that the plate is put in front of you and you are sitting there thinking about still like, I was so hungry. And they're like, well, the food is in your plate in front of you. You're like, yeah, I know. I'm hungry. I've been hungry for so long. Oh, maybe you manifested something but don't believe it. That is a confidence thing. Confidence is necessary for courage. But that's a confidence thing. All right. That being said, I hope that brought somebody some clarity. I'll catch you on the next one.